Like we're getting our body ready. This life force, the prana, is just flowing through us with that good flow of oxygen. And so here we can begin to connect with our intention for our class. The intention I was thinking about today is kind of like a spring cleaning idea. And so, we're starting to get to that time of year where it's like, okay, any areas of my house that are just more cluttered, we're starting to go through that, making sure things look a little bit more tidy, a little bit. Just by cleaning up, basically, it makes it so our mind doesn't have to immediately go to, oh yeah, I still need to do that every time you walk around your house. It makes it so your mind is much more fresh. The area is clean. It just feels good. And so that kind of idea of just cleaning up the clutter is the idea that we're working on within our physical body today. So we're going to do a couple of different things. So we're going to include some core poses, getting us stronger and warming up our body. It's like that heat that can kind of burn away some of the impurities. We'll also be working on long stretches and twisting, especially. So imagine with the twisting, it's like a wash rag that we're wringing out to help make sure any of those toxins that are in our body have a chance to kind of get flushed out, flowing through. And as we go through the next couple of days, we drink lots of water to make sure that we've got good flow going, that any of that stuff, those toxins that we're getting out, we're just imagining we're getting out, it can kind of get flushed out of our system. And so that'll be the idea. We can rest in the back of our mind, just kind of that overall gift for our body, our spring cleaning. And so with that idea to lead us on, let's begin nice and easy. Knees come into the chest. Just nice circles, knees left, knees right. This is a nice opportunity just to tune in. How does the body feel? Is there anything I need to look out for today? Good. And so with that idea of spring cleaning, detoxifying, we're going to make sure to include lots of different kinds of twists. So this first twist is just a nice, easy, basic one. Both knees fall over to the left. And we start to spread the arms open to each side so that it's like the upper body is kind of trying to stretch away from the lower body. Give it a couple of easy breaths. We imagine with the deep, full breath cycle, it's like we're helping give those organs in our intestine area a chance to just kind of get massaged out. I think of that as such an easy way to clean out the intestine system. If we were to be a person that just stays still 24/7, the intestines have to do all of the work to get all that gunk moving around. But instead, as we change our relationship with gravity, as we twist, as we massage that organ area, it's like we're helping that purification process to happen. Good, so take another huge inhale here. And exhale, the knees will start to come up. We'll begin to head the knees over to the second side. Just be just as patient with this half of the body as with the first. Those muscles getting that really good chance to stretch, to be long. Also good breath flowing into that belly area. Inhale, exhale, and then when the knees come back up, plant the feet close to the glutes. You're going to take bridge pose, so slide the hands in close to the hips, and then we're going to lift the hips up. Roll up one vertebrae at a time. When we're as high as the hips can go, stay. Maybe sometimes people can clasp hands under their back, so if you can do that, take the clasp. Been walking shoulders under to get higher. Make sure knees, they kind of want to splay open, so keep them in line. Keep the knees right in line with the ankles, so it requires just a little bit of inner thigh activation. And notice how it feels to take that huge belly breath here when we're kind of tilted upside down. So let's take 2 more of those deep belly breaths. One last inhale. And exhale, release the hands, untuck the shoulders, and roll all the way back down. Like I promised, we'll add in a little bit of core right here. So use the hands clasping behind the head to lift up the head. And we're going to do some rounds of crunches. So first we crunch directly up and down. And then we take the left elbow and lift it up to the center, kind of twisting to that side and down. Right elbow. And then start it all the way over. So center, left elbow, right elbow. And just keep on repeating. I like to do exhales when I come up, inhales when I lower. Just notice this is not only warming us up, but it's also kind of squeezing all around that abdominal area that we were talking about. So using this breath helps to keep that flow going. Let's take one more round. When we're back through the center, lift the head up just to go into a nice neck stretch. So the chin is getting brought to the chest, the back of the neck is stretching. Sometimes it's nice here to have movement, kind of rocking the head around. Sometimes it's better to just stay still. Your preference. Another inhale. Exhale, set the head down. And undo the fingers. And we're even going to slide our thumbs right under our hips. Both legs go straight up to sky. So from here, similar to what we were doing with the crunches, we're going to trace those 3 directions for the legs. So we start off dropping down and then come directly up and return. And then from there, bring the legs up to the left, up to the right, and center. So hitting all 3 of those directions back to back. It's almost like we're pointing or painting an arrow in the sky. It's nice because the crunches that we did works the upper part of the core. This one works a lot lower in the core. You can change the difficulty by not going so low, that'll be easier, or dropping lower to make it harder, your choice. Just maybe 2 more rounds to all 3 angles. Good. And then from here, we'll take a couple of nice bicycles. So pedal the legs out, one leg lowers down. When that knee comes in, the other straightens up and lowers down. Let's take 10, 9, and always take breaks if needed, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and drop the left leg to the floor, free out the hands. Right leg gets a break, it gets to stretch clear up to sky. So focus on the spots that feel tightest here. Imagine those tight spots are like the condensation of toxins. Maybe that's not exactly how it works, but sometimes it's useful to imagine that. And so the deeper we stretch into the whole area, the more we're having to breathe and just flush it out. If you ever notice the stretch isn't quite as deep, you can make it more, either by straightening the leg more or using your arm strength to gently pull it in more. Good work. Bending the right knee, send that right knee into a twist over to the left. Second nice twist. Notice how some of those back muscles are just a little bit more willing to stretch here, because we're a bit more warmed up. So nice inhale. Exhale, return the hip onto the ground. Let the right leg drop down. Left straight leg upward. Same time, same patience for all the muscles on the backside of this leg as well. Notice the stretch isn't quite as deep. Maybe you pull it in more. And a good inhale. Exhale, bend the knee, send the knee into a nice twist all the way over to the right. Obviously, the knee doesn't have to touch the floor. That would kind of, for most people, that would put the twist too deep. So instead, we keep the shoulder on the ground and we just let the knee kind of melt toward that direction. Let's take another inhale. Exhale, hip down. Let's do another round of bicycles. So left leg up as it starts to lower, right knee comes in. And here's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and cross the right thigh deeply over the left thigh. Once we're there, bring the thighs in close to the chest. We're trying to grab onto knees, or sometimes it's possible to grab onto ankles. So pulling that in, you get deeper into the hip joint. And then inhale. Exhale, one more twist while we're on our back here. Let the knees in this crossed arrangement tilt over to the left. Maybe the arms spread back open just to be super grounded into the earth. And if we lost track of it, that deep breath is still massaging the belly while we're right here twisted. Inhale. Exhale, when hips come down, uncross the right leg, cross the left, and then thighs into the chest so we can try to grab onto the ankles or the knees. So nice inhale. And exhale, the legs continue to twist all the way over to the right. Just bringing our spine back into balance. Take another inhale. Deep exhale. Return the hips to the ground. The feet can either be planted, that'll be easier, or long legs, that'll be harder. Either way, we're gonna try to come all the way up to sit. So arms come up overhead, take an inhale. Exhale, we start to lift up the arms, we start to lift up the shoulders. If you need to grab the thighs to sit up, that's okay. Otherwise, come all the way up tall. Once we're up, we're gonna take a little cycle. Our exhales bring us partway down as far as we have control, and then inhales back up to tall. Good, taking a few rounds like that, just however deep our range is. Let's do another 3. 2. 1. And just continue to relax your spine over. If you're pulling your hips back a little bit, let the knees be bent to relax them over. Otherwise, straight legs is fine. Nice and easy. This is the first stretch we've done with both legs stretching together. So it's not like we're forcing anything deep, but we are providing the time, providing the space for the stretch to happen. So from here, we're either going to grab onto the right calf area or the right foot. Just continue to invite that right leg to be long for us as we lift it up. And partway back. Like the journey through class to just get deeper and deeper as we go. So now as we release this right leg, it's like a half boat. We're floating with that leg in front of us. So let that right leg extend out and in. That's 5. Going for 4, 3, 2, 1. Come in, extend out, and then lower it down. And lifting it back up tall, release back up. At the left leg, at the calf or the foot, leaning back a little bit, pull it up into a really good stretch. Into that half boat shape, and then leg straight, and in 4, 3, 2, 1. Straighten out, lower down, spine up, and relax over. One more time. Beautiful. So from here, as we start to sit back up tall, we're going to try to do it with both legs. So this will be quite a bit harder. Maybe try to grab onto the feet and see if you can balance with legs extending up. If feet is too far for that, you can walk down to the calf area instead. That'll be a little easier. Just see how your core can help you balance for a moment. Good, coming to boat. Hands can be behind you, that'll make it easier. 5 times out and in. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, keep the knees bent, set the feet down, and then knees start to splay open. The feet are a little bit further forward than a normal cobbler. So then just relax the spine forward. This will give us a chance to kind of ease into the deep low back area, especially as the head weighs down heavy. We'll start to ease into that stretch. So this could already be perfect. Sometimes the right elbow winds under the right leg, and the left elbow under the left leg. If that feels helpful, you can take it if you want. And sometimes here the feet will separate by an inch or 2, creating even more space. Again, optional only if you want. We unwind the arms if they were round. Let the spine rise up. Take it back into boat. This time we're adding a little bit of that twist action again. So arms come up and then they come down to one thigh, up and then down to the other thigh. Taking a few rounds. Exhale, inhale. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And setting the feet down, hook the right arm onto the left thigh. Just take an easy twist. Switch it up to the other side. Turn forward, legs open back up. When we inch forward, this time we try to find the fingers on the floor. And then with both sitting bones down, we take a little bit of time trying to walk the hands as far over to the right as we can, again without sitting bones lifting. I love how that stretches those muscles on the low back. Just breathing into those spots. Easing forward and off to the other side. And the hands go back forward, give it a couple of extra breaths. Spine back into alignment in the center. We walk our hands up, one more stretch, sitting here on the ground. So right leg stretches out long. And then our left leg is gonna tuck back. Watch out for the knee. So if you need to splay it open to the side, that's a little bit easier on the knee. Forward is deeper. As we start to head backwards, the goal is to get into that left quad stretch. So sometimes just a little bit backwards is about all we can handle. A slight tailbone tuck can get deeper. If the knee and the quad are still doing okay, maybe one elbow goes down. Sometimes both elbows can go down. And occasionally there's people that are safe to go all the way out to the floor, but don't force it. Only if the knee and the quad are still needing more. And then about 3 breaths flowing in and out. Reverse every step you did to unwind. Once we're there, free out the left leg, tuck the right. Same thing, maybe it's wide, maybe it's narrow. As we tilt back, maybe all you need is a tailbone tuck, and that'll get you into it. Sometimes one elbow down, sometimes both, sometimes more. Just listen to your body. 3 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. And as we ease our way back up, bending that left leg over to the right side, the feet will be on the right, our hips on the left. Kind of side saddle, tuck the legs, good. And so from here, let the right hand continue to reach as far as you can off to the right side. Left hand is going to try to reach up to the sky and then go over. So huge stretch for the ribs, for the shoulder. Even let the ear drop over that right shoulder. And then leave the head hanging over the shoulder as this left hand starts to hover right above the ground. That'll pull that left shoulder and the left side of the neck into a really nice stretch. Rising up, lift up the hips, shift them to the other side of the feet. Now left hand is going off to that left side, left ear down, right hand up and over for a couple of breaths. Right hand starts to return to hover right above the ground, but the head stays over the left shoulder. One more breath in, out, good, rising up, come all the way onto all fours. And we'll take a couple of the cat-cows. Good chance to imagine if there were, say, toxins, and this isn't exactly how it works again, but imagine if toxin buildup was what made it so our spine stopped being able to move. Imagine by kind of introducing the movement up and down, it's helping to kind of give space to free out those toxins. More than anything though, it's closer to kind of lubricating that area. Good. So nice inhale. Exhale. And as we come back to neutral, we're going to lift our left hand up to the sky. Do a circle to each direction or maybe 2. And then thread that shoulder, that left shoulder, all the way down to the ground. Your choice if the right hand goes up toward the top of the mat or winds around your low back, aiming those fingers to that hip piece. So this next option I'm going to give you, you do not have to do. It has led to people kind of falling over. Granted, we're not far from the ground, so it's fine. But you do not have to do it if you don't want to, but it's kind of a fun challenge if you want. Right leg would slide out long to the back of the mat. That's one place to pause. Option 2, trying to lift that right leg directly up. Good. Taking a nice inhale. Exhale, start to lower the foot, lower the knee. Plant the right hand in front of the face. Press into it. Once we're back up, take a cat and a cow. Beautiful. Second side, now it's right hand up to the sky. Good wrist roll or two to each direction. And right shoulder threads down to the ground. Maybe left hand to top of mat, maybe around low back, your choice. Maybe left leg slides back. Maybe leg lifts directly up. Good. Easing back down, put a knee, left hand in front of face. Press into it. And let's take a cat and a cow. It's kind of a fun little challenge, right? Let's go into our calves. The right toes tuck at the back of the mat. We press back until we fill that right calf. Imagine we could kind of free some toxins out of that area. And switch it out. So now you're filling left calf stretch. Good. Up to downward facing dog. Maybe some wiggles. Both knees and clean some tightness out. Nice inhale. Exhale, let's take it into a plank position. We'll go to side plank, so heels go over to the left. Note that separation of feet makes it easier, stacked feet makes it harder. Right hand tries to float up if you can. Side plank. Good, hand down. Heels over to the right. Maybe left hand lifts. Good, back down. Downward facing dog. Maybe 2 or 3 more breaths, up to you. Eventually you'll come up to the top of the mat in a forward fold when you're ready. Let the spine rest for a couple of breaths. Good, nice inhale. Exhale. Inhale, rise all the way to stand. I usually like to include a little back bend and then hands to the heart. Good. And here we'll take a sequence, one for each side. It's a pretty extended sequence. There's also some challenges in it, so just know that if there's any spots that are too hard, just skip that part. We're doing the best that we can with what we have, and that's all we can ever ask for. So here we start off. We're going to circle the arms up to the side and leave them. Right hand comes to the low back. And this sequence has lots of twists, so continue to twist your spine over that right shoulder. Good. Right arm floats back up. Left hand to low back. And twist. Beautiful. Back up. Hands to heart. Sit back like you're about to go into a chair. And twist from here. Right wrist hooks. Left arm opens. Or you can do the prayer position hook. So this should be to back. Right, back up to the center. Off to the second side. Wrist or elbow. Good, right back through the center. Take an inhale. Exhale, hands drop down. Legs work your way a bit straighter. Right hand stays on the floor, left hand lifts up to sky. And down. Switch sides. Up. And down. Work the hands to plant, even if you have to bend knees to get there. Stepping back, we're going to plank. From plank, you'll head over to the left. Right hand raises up, side plank. Good. And down. Switch it over, heels to the right. And left hand raises. Beautiful. Dropping down. Shift forward, shoulders past fingertips. Squeeze the elbows into lower belly to ground. Head around that. From here, take cobra. It could be a baby cobra. It could be a full cobra. You choose. So from the cobra, gaze over right shoulder. Gaze over left shoulder. Tucking our toes. Lift up to downward facing dog. If the balance is okay here, right hand might try to grab left shin. And then try to pull a little bit under and through. Slight twist. Good. Right hand down. Left hand to right shin. Twisting. Beautiful. Plant the right hand down. Or sorry, left hand down. Right leg floats up to the sky. Stack the hip, bend the knee. Maybe the toes go just a little bit behind you. Right leg back up to sky. Step right foot in between hands. From here, leave. Yep, you got it perfect. Leave the left hand on the floor. Right hand reaches up to sky. Maybe it stays up to sky, or maybe we wind that right hand around our back and then pull that shoulder open, like we're spiraling open the spine. Good. Nice inhale. Exhale, unwind. Drop the hand down for a moment. Slip back, heel lower down. And then float arms up to sky, warrior one. From here, leaning forward just a bit. You can start to hook that left wrist, spiral the right arm open, or slide all the way to the elbow. Your position, hands fixed. Whatever balance works for you. Good. Unwind. Float the arms back up, warrior one. Nice inhale. Exhale, rotate open, warrior two. Good. Extended side angle. Front elbow drops down to front thigh or front fingers down, something that's possible. For today, the top arm will just float directly up or wind around your back. Maybe those fingers coming into that hip crease. Top shoulder spirals open. We have a space here for a little bit of a neck stretch. Just drop the head down. That'll help to stretch the neck. Good. Head engages. Unwind the arm. Rise back up. Warrior two. Shorten the stance up to warrior one. Come forward again. Good. And here's one of those challenges I promised you. So don't feel like you have to go all the way up and down. You're welcome to go halfway down if your knees are happier here. But we'll start off with standing split. The hands aim for the floor in front of the front foot so that our back leg can float. Standing split. From here, it's like a squat. So again, you don't have to go all the way down. We try to, if it's possible, set the side of that left knee down on the outside of that front foot. Come all the way to sit. And then we go all the way up to standing split. Good. I know it's a challenge. Going for two more. Down. And up. Awesome. Last time we go down, we can stay. So we've got that right leg crossing over. Hook the left hand or the left elbow around the knee. And then twist over to the front board. I got us with left and right, all sorts of crazy stuff today, so you're doing awesome. As we're twisting our belly into that thigh, this is a chance for us to kind of tell the body, okay, that was a challenge, but here I am. I'm in a calm, slow spot again. And just let yourself breathe. Like it's kind of like as we twist our belly into the thigh, it's like that's an extra massage. So breathing into that thigh area, this helps to deepen the experience. One more good inhale. Exhale. Good. As we unwind, leave this left leg where it is. The right leg swings all the way around to back of mat. And then we have to pick up our hips so that they're not tilted onto one side or the other. With a nice pigeon pose. Drop down to sleeping pigeon. Couple more breaths, but flowing. We had so many options with warmth, with twisting. So much good stuff. So now hands plant. Tuck the back toes. We're rising up to downward facing dog. Any little movements that help that hip to kind of come back to a place of being able to use it, go ahead and wiggle it out. This is one of those down dogs, stay as long as it's still helpful. At some point we'll make our way up to the top of that, but you don't have to rush your way through. Good. So as we're here, let's take one more inhale. Exhale. Next inhale, we rise. Either roll the spine up or circle the arms up. Good. Hands at heart. We've got that whole sequence, one more side. That's all our challenge for today. So I know, that's it. So inhale, circle up. Leave the arms. Take the right hand to the low back and spiral. And right hand up. Left hand to low back, spiral. And up. Hands to heart. Sitting it back like we're going into chair. And hook the wrist or the elbow. You choose the first side. Unwind to heart. Second side. Unwind. Hands drop down. Legs work their way a bit straighter. Left hand up to the sky. Down. Side and down. One more breath in. Exhale, plant the hands even if you have to bend knees. Step back to plank. Heels drop over to left. Right hand lifts up. If you want an additional option, slide the top leg, that right foot, back behind the other. Then push the hips up to sky, taking wildly for part of it. Good. Right hand to floor, back to plank. Heels over to right, left hand up. Maybe top leg slides to plant behind the other. Maybe hips rotate up, wildly. And hands down, back to plank. Rock forward of fingers, lower down to the ground. Cobra, just however deep you want to go. Using over right shoulder. Left shoulder. Downward facing dog. Maybe right hand grabbing for left shin, spiral. And switch. And down. Left leg up to sky. Maybe stack the hip, bend the knees, and the toes just a little behind you. leg back up to sky. Step it all the way in between hands. Whenever you're there, right hand stays on floor. Left hand lifts up to sky, or wind it around your low back. Spiraling the shoulders open. Beautiful. Hand down. Back still down. Arms float up to sky, warrior one. Move forward a little bit. Hook the right wrist, spiral open, or go to right elbow, hands in prayer position. Good. Unwind. Warrior one, float up. Warrior two, open to side. Left elbow to left thigh, or fingers to floor. Top hand just up to sky today, or winding around your back. Top shoulder rotating open. This is a chance for that neck stretch. Just drop the head down to left shoulder. Good engagement. Unwind the arms. Torso raises up. Shorten up to warrior one. And this is that challenge. Again, you don't have to go all the way down. You could go a nice halfway instead. But we start off standing split, hands down, float the right leg. Maybe right knee to outside of left foot. Partway down or all the way down. And standing split. Repeating two. Last time we can sit down. So everybody comes down. You got that left leg crossing over. Good. You got it. And so then right hand or right elbow hooks. Just let the spine spiral. We're bringing our belly into that thigh, so breathe into it to help massage and detox that whole intestine area. A good inhale. Exhale, return forward. This time it's the right leg that stays. Left spins all the way around. So remember, pick up the hips so we're not rocking on one hip or the other. Lower down, sleeping pigeon. Done all hard things for today. Everything else is just slowing and cooling. So you can kind of teach your breath. Okay, I'm done with all the fast stuff. So now let's try to slow it down. One more deep breath in. And as we exhale, you're welcome to take any position. You can go to a down dog, you can go to a seated position. What I'm going to do is give you free time for the next 2 minutes or so to kind of scan through the body. If you feel like there's any last tight spots, this is our chance to get into those spots. Give it one last gift. So maybe it's some nice just neck stretches sitting here. Maybe it's back to some of those seated stretches like the cobbler. Maybe there's some stretches down on the floor. Take as much time as you need just exploring any last good, beautiful things that your body is asking for. This is helping us to come into that state of great balance. Like we've detoxified, and so now we're just giving our body a beautiful gift. Literally take as much time as you want, just exploring, moving, helping the body out, make sure you're in good balance. At some point sooner or later, we'll all come to our Shavasana. So this can be normal Shavasana, just laying down on your back, just like we began class. This could be feet planted, it could be legs in cobbler's pose. You've got all sorts of options. It's just what feels good for you today. So again, no rush to get there, take all the time you need. But when you are there, perhaps you imagine that after all the heat we've built up in the body, it's like all we have to do is just let this breath keep flowing. It's like those embers that are starting to just flow. Imagine that's helping to detoxify all those waste products maybe we've been carrying around. Several minutes just to be here, so just keep this breath flowing. Nice and easy, in and out. Here, begin to deepen inhales, exhales. Introduce little movements back to the fingers and toes, ankles and wrists. Stretching out like we're waking up first thing in the morning. Perhaps taking a comfortable fetal position up to one side. Doing maybe 2 or 3 more breaths until you feel ready to come up to a comfortable seated place sooner or later. Whenever we're back upright, we'll join hands together in front of the heart. And we connect back to our intention, that idea of spring cleaning for our physical body. And just like as we go through our house with less clutter and it just feels better, it's like that with our physical body. We kind of get rid of some of that stuff, the clutter that's just kind of hanging around, kind of being toxic there for us. We start to clear that out, drinking lots of water, moving our body in good ways. We imagine it's just like walking through that clean house. It doesn't require that extra mental effort. It just feels good. So with this kind of extra cleaning, extra awareness, extra consciousness available to us, with this to help lead us on, let's wrap up to the time that we got to share together today with the sound of Om. Deep inhale now. May we be filled with light and happiness and peace. Namaste. Yes.